Hello, good afternoon.
Sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm also good. All right. Mukundi will not be able to join us today, so I'm gonna send a recording after our class. But before I start with our lesson for the day, I would like to find out from you about the network. Um, who of you experiencing a serious problem with network?
Sir,
Hello.
Is there anyone of you who is experiencing a serious problem with network?
It's a phone.
Rufuna, ne?
Mm.
Is she in the meeting now?
yes, she is. I can see her, but her network is just rough.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'll try to address that problem for the network on your side. But in the meantime, let's continue with our lesson. And as I've said, we're gonna continue on the questions we were doing yesterday. So we're going to start with question number F. So question number F, we are given this pattern of 1, 3, 9, and negative 27. I believe you can see that pattern on the board, right?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. So we want to identify the next 3 terms of that pattern. And as I've explained to you before, or let me say yesterday, there are 2 approaches we can use in order to identify the pattern of a sequence. So the first thing we're supposed to do is to get the difference, of which the difference we get by subtracting second term with first term, third term with second term, and then fourth term with third term. So let's subtract and see if we're gonna get to the answer that we are looking for. So if we subtract negative 3 with 1, we are going to get negative 4. We subtract 9 with negative 3, we are going to get 9 plus 3, which is 11. We subtract negative 27 minus 9.
That isn't it 12?
Yes.
9 plus 3.
Yes, you are very right there. 9 plus 3 is 12, not 11. Thank you for that. All right. And then on the next one, we're going to subtract negative 27 minus 9, of which is negative 36. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, negative 36. Do you see that these terms are not the same?
Mm.
Yes.
That simply tells you that the approach we are using is not the one we're supposed to use on that question. So if this approach is not working, then you are left with one option of dividing these terms. So let's divide these terms and see if we'll get the common ratio. So we are going to divide negative 3 with 1. If we divide negative 3 with 1, we'll obtain negative 3. We divide 9 with negative 3, we are going to get negative 3. We divide negative 27 with 9, we'll get negative 3. Therefore, you can now see that we are now getting these values if we are dividing. And if we are getting this common ratio by dividing, that simply tells you in order for you to get the next term, you must multiply, not to add. you are going to multiply in order for you to get the next term. So we're going to add 1, to multiply 1 and -3, we get -3. -3 with -9, we get a 9. 9 with -3, we get -27. So now, can you tell me what is going to be the next term of that pattern?
81.
It's going to be positive 81. Very true. And then what is the next term after 81?
-243.
-243. And then next term after -243?
729.
729.
Mm.
729. So that is how we're supposed to get next terms of this pattern. Is there anyone who did not understand that question F we have done just now? You are all fine, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Let's go to question number G, of which is now given in terms of fractions. So you could see that from question number A up to question number F that we have covered up to so far, we did not do any question in fraction form. So we are now starting with questions in fraction form. So in these questions, we must be very careful when we get the next terms. So the first term in that case is half, and then next term or second term is 1. Third term is 3/2, and then next term is 2. We're supposed to get next 3 terms of that pattern. So the procedure is the same. We have to follow exactly the same approach we used in the previous questions. So the only scary part of this question is that we are now having a fraction, a pattern. It's no longer a linear pattern like what we had there. It's now a fraction pattern. So of which whenever we deal with these kind of questions, we must be very careful because it's very easy to get an answer wrong of these kind of questions because of fractions. It's difficult to deal with fraction as compared to linear values. Okay, now let's test exactly the same procedure and see if it's gonna work in this case. All right, don't forget you start by subtracting second term with third term. You don't start at the first term, otherwise you are going to get a different sign. So now we are going to subtract 1 with half, or 1 with 1/2. The answer of that is going to be 1/2. So now tell me the next difference here. If you subtract these 2 terms, what are you going to get?
Half.
3/2 minus 1, we are going to get half in this case. Let's subtract these 2 terms. 2 minus 3/2. What do you get when you subtract those terms?
Half.
We get a half. Therefore, the method of getting a common difference is working. Therefore, there is no need for us to go for the second method wherein we're supposed to divide these terms, because we were able to get what we were looking for by getting the difference. All right. Again, similarly to what we have done with previous questions, in order to get the next term, we add this term with the common difference. So it will give us the next term. This with that, it will give us this with that, it will give us 2. So now tell me the next 3 terms after 2. Which terms are we going to get after 2?
5/2.
5/2. Wonderful. We're going to get 5/2 after 2. All right. Then after 5/2, which term are we going to get?
3.
We are going to get 3.
3.
All right. After 3, which term are we going to get? Yes.
How are you getting this one?
We are adding half.
We are adding half in each term that we have in.
Oh.
If we add this with that, it's gonna give us a 2. We add 2 with half, we're gonna get 5/2. We add 5/2 with half, we get a 3. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
We are left with one term that we're supposed to obtain there. What will be that term?
7/2.
7/2. And that is all that we're supposed to do on these questions to get a pattern of this. So if we are to name this in words, we say we are adding 1/2 to the next term in order for us to obtain the next term. All right, let's go to next questions, of which I would want you to do these questions. I believe by now you could see. All right, question H is a bit difficult again. It's having its own challenges. So let me do question H with you, and then you're gonna try question number I. So question number H, we are having one whole number, 1/4. You must be able to read this expression. So it's one whole number, 1/4. And then next term is 2. 2 whole number, 3/4. 3 whole number, 1/2. And we are required to get next 3 terms of that pattern. All right, the advice which I can give you in order to answer these questions without any problem is to convert this mixed fraction. It's called a mixed fraction because it's saving a whole number. Is to convert a mixed fraction to be in fractional form, either as a proper fraction or improper fraction. So, but we need to first convert this to be in a fractional form. So now let me show you how you're supposed to convert this to be in fraction form. You have to multiply 1 with 4. You will obtain 4, and then 4 you add it with 1. You are going to get 5/4. So now instead of having one whole number 1/4, you can now write 5/4 in place of one whole number 1/4. Do you all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. So 2 is not a problem, so we can write it as it is. If you understood the procedure I went on the first term, can you tell me what is going to be third term in terms of a fraction?
7/8.
7/8. That is attempt for Maramba. Let me get another suggestion. What do you
So
think?
I didn't get it as a fraction. I got it as a whole number.
You got it as a whole number. And what did you get?
11.
No, wait, say, no, wait, don't erase that one. Erase that one for me.
All right.
It's 5/8.
5/8.
Yes.
All right. So Maramba, she's saving 5/8. Adi, she's saving 11. I will also want to get suggestion from Rufuno.
Okay.
Rufuno, what do you think can be the answer for this in terms of fraction?
So
Yes.
erase my 11 and write 8/3.
8/3. All right. Okay, this is for Adi and this is for Maramba. I'm now waiting for answer from Rufuno. Rufuno, she's with us, right?
Yes.
All right. Rufuno, can you give me answer for this mixed fraction? How can we write this mixed fraction in terms of common improper fraction or common fraction? I can't hear Rufuno, and I'm not sure if she can hear. Rufuno? Rufuno? Maramba, can you quickly try to contact her so that we find out if she's with us? I can't hear her from this side.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Sir,
Yes.
she said she's talking, but
Oh,
we cannot hear.
okay.
She
So it
connect
means
her mic
the
internet.
problem might be mic. So it means she can hear me from this side, ne?
She said yes.
All right. Can she tell me the answer from your phone? Can she tell me what is gonna be the answer for this one?
I don't understand how you're getting the answer.
All right. No, it's okay. Maramba, it's okay. So I'm gonna explain again of how we get this mixed fraction to be in terms of common fraction. So now, this is how we're supposed to convert this mixed fraction to common fraction. We have to multiply 2 with 4 at the denominator. So if we multiply 2 and 4, what do we obtain?
8.
We get 8, né? And then
Yes.
that 8 we get, we must add it with 3 on the numerator. So it means we're going to get what? 11 over the denominator that we're given.
Oh,
It means it's 11 over what? Over 4. Do you see that?
oh,
Yes.
yes.
It's 11 over 4. So did you all see how we obtain this common fraction from mixed fraction?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Then now try to get a common fraction of the next term there, which is 3 whole number 1 over 2. So it means Rufuno, because I can't hear her from this side, she can just write her answer on the chat option. There's a chat option on Zoom. So she can write her answer there for this mixed fraction, 3 whole number 1 over 2.
Say I got 7 over 2.
All right. This she obtained an answer of 7 over 2.
Yeah, I'm lost. I'm lost, sir.
All right. We're gonna do correction for that. I'm now waiting for answer for Rufuno. She can write the answer on a chat option. So I'll be able to see what is her answer for this mixed fraction. Rufuno, you can send your
She said she's lost.
She's lost, ne?
You're still lost. Yeah.
All right, no, it's okay. So I'm gonna explain to you again of how we obtain the mixed fraction. As I've said, the level of difficulty for these questions we're doing now, it's high as compared to what we were doing the previous time, but you are required to understand this. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you to understand questions which are difficult for you. So now we are doing this fourth term. So this is how you get a mixed fraction in terms of common fraction. You have to multiply 3 and what? And 2, ne?
And 2.
After multiplying, we then add with 1. So now tell me, what are we going to get if we multiply 3 and 2 and we add with 1?
7.
We will obtain 7. And this 7 we must divide with what? With a denominator of 2. Do you all see that?
Yes.
Yes, this is the procedure. It does not change. Once you understand this, whenever you come across a mixed fraction, you're supposed to follow the same procedure. Let me summarize it again so that you understand it, this method. You multiply a whole number with denominator. So it's 1 times 4, which is 4. 4 plus 1 to give you 5 over the denominator. So again, we follow the same procedure here. It's 2 multiplied by 4, which is 8. 8 plus 3 will give you 11 over 4. Again, even here we did the same thing. It's 3 times 2, which is 6. 6 plus 1 will give us 7 over 2. Therefore, you now have your pattern in a form of a common fraction. We no longer have mixed fraction, but we now have a common fraction. So this is a simplified form of this equation. Remember, we haven't done the common ratios and the common difference and the next 3 terms. We were just transferring this to what? To common fraction, right?
Yes.
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 Sir?
So, yes.
Is it necessary for us to transfer it to common fractions when we're writing a test or something else?
Yeah, it could be necessary, unless if you know how to punch this into your calculator.
Oh.
Do you know how to type this into your calculator? 1 whole number 1 over 4.
Yes.
So if you know how to do that, then you don't need to go up to that level. So it means I'm going to give you 2 approaches. So the first one is to deal with this question when it's transformed. And then the second approach is to deal with this when it's not transformed. We're going to do the 2 options. So now let's answer this question. So we are required to find the common difference first, of which you get the common difference by subtracting 2 minus 5 over 4. So tell me what is going to be the common difference when you subtract these 2 values were given there.
3 over 4.
3 over 4.
We'll get 3 over 4, yes. And then what do you get when you subtract the next 2 values?
3 over 4.
3 over 4. And then the next value?
3 over 4.
3 over 4. So with this, you can be able to get the next terms. So because we're able to get this 3 over 4 by subtracting, so it means in order for us to obtain the next values, we add this with that, we'll get 2. We add this with that, we get 11 over 4. Add 11 over 4 with 3 over 4, we get 7 over 2. In order for us to get the next term, we have to add 7 over 2 with 3 over 4. Can you tell me what are we going to get if we add 7 over 2 plus 3 over 4?
17 over
17 over 4.
17 over 4. Very true. Tell me the next value after 17 over 4.
5.
5.
Wonderful. And then the next value after 5?
23 over 4.
23 over 4. Wonderful. These are the next 3 values we were looking for. But you can see that this we obtain them after transforming our general pattern to this pattern in fractional form. So let's get exactly the same answers without transforming to a common fraction. So I'm gonna rub here, and we then attend to that question again when we did not transform the pattern. We are having 1 whole number 1 over 4, 2 whole number over 4, 3 whole number 1 over 2. All right, so now let's subtract these two values. You subtract these two values and tell me the answer you're going to obtain here. What is 2 minus 1 whole number 1 over 4? Tell me what are you going to get when you subtract those two values?
Seven over 4.
You get 7 over 4.
Mm.
All right, let me see how.
Me, I didn't get 7 over 4, sir.
Yes, tell me what you get for that one.
Wait.
Till we are minusing 1 whole number 4 over 2.
I got 3 over 4.
Yes, exactly. That's very correct. We are subtracting this value with that value. And the correct
Yes.
answer we're supposed to get is 3 over 4.
It is 3 over 4.
But I know why Adi is not getting 3 over 4. All right, Adi, I'm going to show you how we're supposed to get this 3 over 4. So the problem is here on this fraction, 1 whole number 1 over 4. So one whole, I don't know which calculator you have there, but there's this other button that we have on this scientific calculator. It's a return boxes like this. That is the button which we're supposed to press. And on this scientific calculator I'm using here, we have to press Shift and then we press that button. It's here. So you're gonna get
I saw it.
Boxes like this. Yes. So that's how we're supposed to write this mixed fraction. So if you use that button and say 2 minus Shift, press that button and then write 1 whole number 1 over 4. I can tell you it's gonna take you through to this answer of 3 over 4. Try to do that and tell me if you are getting it now.
Yes, I got it.
Got it. Wonderful. I'm worried that I can't follow the progress of Rufuno. I don't know if she can hear us, but she's gonna get the recording. I'll make sure after this lesson I send the recording. I can tell you that if you do all, yes.
She can hear us, but we cannot hear us. And now she left.
Oh, okay. Maybe she's joining again. So if she join again, and if possible, she can try to increase the volume from her side of the mic. I think that may be the cause. So if she join again, try to tell her that she must increase the volume. Let's just wait for a minute for her to join again. But in the meantime, I will be explaining about this mixed fraction, because mixed fraction are important. You are going to get many questions in this form. So you must be able to write a mixed fraction, of which in this case, with this scientific calculator. So it means if you are not going for this method, make sure when you go for tests which have this chapter, you go with a scientific calculator like this, because the one that will be able to help you to answer this kind of question. So we are going to get the answer of 3 over 4. Now, can you do for this second one again? What are you going to get when you subtract these two values? All right. Rufuno, she's back again. Rufuno, can you hear us? All right. No, it's okay. She'll get it. So now let's subtract these two values. What are we going to get when we subtract these two values?
3/4.
We're going to get 3/4. I'm now interested to find out what you get when you subtract these two, because these two values are in mixed fraction, both of them. So what are we going to get when we subtract these two mixed fraction terms?
At the first wait, I must also find the answer.
I must talk.
No.
So tell me,
Amber now, Amber.
what are we
3/4.
It's 3/4. So it means you now know how to deal with a mixed fraction. So tell me the next term. If we now have a common term or a common difference as 3/4, what is going to be the next term after 3 whole number 1/2?
17/4.
17/4.
All right, 17/4.
Sir,
Yes.
she said she can hear all of us.
All right. No, don't worry. She did she try to increase volume? Can you tell her if she can try to increase volume on the laptop? Rufuno?
Oh, she said she heard you.
Oh, okay.
Rufuno.
Hello, Rufuno?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you now. Wonderful. Let's
Oh,
continue.
sir,
It's on the phone.
it's the phone.
Unfortunately, it's terrible. I'll try to sort her out after the lesson so that she don't experience these problems again. So in the meantime, let's continue with this. What is going to be the next term after 3 whole number 1/2?
17/4.
17/4. Very true. And then after 17/4,
5.
we're going to obtain 5. And then after 5,
23/4.
23/4. Perfect. This is how we're supposed to do these questions. Don't forget this procedure. Once you get this right, I can tell you, you are not going to have any problem with pattern. Remember, this chapter of pattern, it continues up until grade 12. And it's not going to change. You will come across exactly the same thing. For grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, you're going to do exactly the same thing. So you must not forget this, which we have covered now. I want to give you a question. Yes.
So if they ask us to change it to be like this 3 whole number 1/2, how do we do it?
You do that on the calculator. Let me do with this for you. But the procedure is the one that I showed you just now. Let's say we have whole number 1/4. We know this is the same as 5/4. We obtain this by saying 1 times 4 plus 1. So it will be 5/4. So now let's say we are here and we want to go back to the mixed fraction. So this is what you do. How many times, let's say we have 5/4. How many times does 4 goes to 5?
Once.
It's 1. Therefore, is that 1 of whole number? And when it goes to 5, it's gonna leave a remainder. Can you tell me that remainder which is gonna leave when it goes to 5?
1.
It's gonna be 1. Therefore, it's 1 whole number, 1 over 4. This is how you reverse from here to there. You check how many times it goes to 5. So then you write that number. After getting that number, you get a remainder. Remainder you get by subtracting these two values. You will obtain 1 and then divided by that which is given on the denominator. Do you all see that?
Yes.
Wonderful. Don't forget this. They are very important. Let me give you a question to try. I'm gonna give you question number I. So on question number I, we're having 3 whole number 3 over 4, 3 whole number 1 over 2, 3 whole number 1 over 4, and 3. Your task now is to get the next 3 terms. I want you to get the next 3 terms of that pattern. When you are done, send me the solution you obtain on WhatsApp. I believe even Rufuno, she's gonna send me the solution on WhatsApp for this question. So try to find the next 3 terms of that pattern. I'm giving you 3 minutes to do that. It's your time now.
What you wanna get